Hello students, now I am going to teach you second part of our last lesson, packing. So open the page number 86. It irritated them more than anything I could have said. I felt that. It made them nervous and excited, and they stepped on things and put things behind them and then couldn't find them when they wanted them. So now it's a turn of the writer, that he is just sitting very quietly and watching all the things which all the rubbish George and Harris is doing, and they are getting irritated by seeing the writer is sitting very peacefully. So like what they did, they just putting one thing, and when it's turned to find out them, they are not getting it, and then they are getting irritated. So and then and they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the pies in. See, pies means what? It is one cooking item, it is like a pastry. So what they did, they just did idiotic thing. They put that pie first and after that heavy things on it. So because of that heavy things, that pies get smashed. So it get all the smashed, all the crashed. They upset salt over everything. And as for the butter, I never saw two men do more with one hand 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life than they did. Now what they did with the butter? After George had got it off his slipper, they tried to put it in the kettle. Now what they are finding, they are just searching that butter, where they put that butter, they are searching all over the room, but what happened, they got that under the George sleeper, and now by trying very hard, that they put that butter in the kettle, it wouldn't go in, and what was in wouldn't come out. So it was in the position that cannot go in or cannot go out or cannot come out. They did scrape it. Scrape means drag or pull. Scrape it out at last and put it down on a chair, and Harris sat on it and it stuck on him, and they went looking for all over the room. But because of that, they put that butter on the chair, and Harris sat on that chair and it get stuck on Harris. And but they don't know these things, and they were searching, they were finding that butter. I will take my oath. Oath means to swear upon something. I put it down on that chair, said George, staring at the empty seat. And now George is just explaining that I just put that on that chair. Now I don't know where is that. I saw you do it myself not a minute ago, said the Harris. So Harris also saying, yes, I know, I saw you were putting that on the chair. Then they started round the room again looking for it, and now they were just rounding all over the room, and they were searching that butter. And then they met again in the center and stared at one another, and then they just come in the center, and they were seeing, staring means seeing, watching to each other. Most extraordinary thing I ever heard of, said George. So mysterious, said Harris. So now it is the mystery for them. Where does that butter gone? Then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it, and now George finally got that butter which was on the back of the Harris. Why, here it is all the time, he exclaimed. Dignantly means in a manner indicating anger or animal at something perceived as unfair. So he find that, like, now see, it is on your bag, so why it is here? Where? Cried Harris, spinning round. But Poor Horace, he don't know this thing and he just asking him where that butter. Stand still, can't you? Roared George, flying after him. Stand still means just don't move, stand still, I will show you. And they got it off and packed it in the teapot. Montmorency. Now Montmorency, who is the Montmorency? Montmorency is a pet dog. Was in it all, of course. Now it was about these packing things. After all this drama done, now it's Montmorency. Montmorency's ambition in life is to get in the way and be sworn at. Sworn at means get scolded. So, what is the Montmorency's main object of life? To just make them irritate, to just make them frustrated, angry. If he can squint in anywhere, squint means to wriggle or twist once a day, one's body, where he particular is not wanted, and be a perfect nuisance. Nuisance means to cause inconvenience or annoyance and make people mad and have things thrown at his head. Then he feels his day has not been wasted. So it is like Montmorency love to waste their day. He just one time came there and he just broke one thing, he involved in that and then he gone. So it is like, yes, in whole day he did something. To get somebody to stumble means to trip over a hurdle, over him and curse, like scold him steadily for an hour is his highest aim and object. And when he has succeeded in accomplishing this, his conceit means his pride himself becomes quite unbearable. But it's like whole the object of his life is to just irritate us, it's just to annoy us, and when it's done, he just gone. He came and sat down on things just when they were wanted to be packed, and he labored under the fixed beliefs that whenever Horace or George reached out their hand for everything, it was his cold, damp nose. It means his nose that they wanted. So when they want to pack the things, he just came there, he sat on that things, and after that when they are finding that thing, what he do? He just put his nose around them. So like he just think they want to put his nose. Like really? No. He put his leg into the jam and he worried the teaspoons and he pretended that the lemons were rats. So it means like he just put his legs on the jam and now he is pretending, he is just acting like that lemons were rat and he worried of rat, like. So he just pretending, he just acting that he don't know about the jam, and because of that lemon he worried, he gets so nervous and he was running all over the room, and because of that his legs got in the jam and got into the hamper and killed 3 of them before Horace could land him with the frying pan. And now Horace is just slapping that dog by his frying pan. Horace said, I encouraged him. Now Horace is blaming that Montmorency is doing all these idiotic things because of writer. Because writer encouraged him by doing all these things. I didn't encourage him, and he is saying no, I did not encourage him. A dog like that doesn't want any encouragement. It's the natural, original sin that is born in him that makes him do things like that. So he's saying, no, I didn't encourage him. It's just his nature. When he born, he is doing that things, and he will continue by doing that things. The packing was done at 12:50, and Haris sat on the big hamper and said he hoped nothing would be found broken. Now by 12:50 packing has finally done, and now Hari, what he did, he just sat on that hamper. So now he is just feeling that I hope everything should be a very fine place. Not the any single thing maybe could be broken. George said that if anything was broken, it was broken, which reflection seemed to, reflection means he thought, comfort him. So he said, George said, so to just make Hari's comfort, that if everything is broken, then let it be. He also said he was ready for bed. We were all ready for bed. Haris was to sleep with us that night, and we went upstairs. But now what happened? They want to sleep. They are very tired by doing this packing for all the whole day. Now he is saying he was to sleep with us that night, and we went and then they went to the upstairs. We tossed for beds. Tossed means just you throw something to somewhere like coin to get the answer, to get the solution. And Haris had to sleep with me, he said. So now Haris and the writer are sleeping on the bed. Do you prefer the inside or the outside, Jay? Now he is asking the writer, where do you want to sleep, inside or the outside? I said I generally prefer to sleep inside a bed. Haris said it was odd, like strange. He said, you want to sleep inside, it is odd. George said, what time shall I wake you fellows? Haris said 7. So now George is asking him, when you want to wake up, when you want, I will wake up you, I should wake up you. So there is Haris said 7, but the writer said no, 6, because I wanted to write some letters. Haris and I had a bit of a row over it, quite argument, but at last split the difference and said 6:30. But split the difference means things mean that they agreed in a 6:30, because it was a half between 6 and 7, means between the Haris want to wake up in 7 and writer want to wake up on 6. So between that, what is the best way to wake up? 6:30. So they choose to wake up at the 6:30. Wake us at 6:30, George, we said. Then they said, okay, wake up us on 6:30. George made no answer, and we found on going over that he had been asleep for some time. But while they were arguing on that time, maybe George got sleep. So they found that George didn't answer them yes or no, and they found him he is sleeping. So we placed the bath where he could tumble into it on getting out in the morning, and went to bed ourselves. So like tumble means to fall quickly and without control. So what the funny thing they did, or just silly or just musty they did, they just to put the bathtub, or you can say one pot in that there is water beside the George bed, so that when he will wake up in the morning, he will find he will put his legs on that tub, so he will get wet. So I hope you understood this very funny story. It is taken from 3 Men in a Boat. See, this 3 Men in a Boat is a novel, and it is just one extract, it is just one part taken from that novel, and the Jerome is the writer of this story. So this is a very funny story. I hope you understand this. Just read that again, and when you find the new words, so just try to find out the meaning of that words in your dictionary. Thank you.